So the first part of the test, I'm going to be demonstrating to you the alkalinity aspects. And for this we have these bottled waters, and what we're going to do is we're going to test their pH. So here I have my pH drops, and what they're going to do is they're going to test the pH of all these different liquids. And then from there we're going to get an indicator of what's actually really going on with all these different waters. So I'll start down here with the Sprite. We're starting to see some interesting colours going on here. So down here we see with our Sprite, it's bright red. Now if we look at the chart, you'll see the Sprite is at about a 3 in pH. Now our body wants to be at 7.36. If we're drinking something like a Sprite down here at a 3, on a logarithm scale, it's not 10 times or 100 or 1,000, it's actually 10,000 times more acidic than where the body wants to be. Now here we have some Perrier. It's at a 5, so it's 100 times more acidic than where the body wants to be. And so too is the Aquafina. The Smart Water is more around a 6, so it's 10 times more acidic than where the body wants to be. The body has to work really hard to get the pH back. And my whole thing is, why make the body work hard when we don't have to? Now a tap water is the same as the Arrowhead and the Fiji. It's more on the neutral side. But then we get into the aspect of what's really in all these bottles. With the Arrowhead and the Fiji, they're the same as all these others. They may not have the same terrible pH, but the problem is they're all bottled. We don't know how long they've been sitting in this bottle for, and then we've also got to consider the carbon footprint. What does that look like? These bottles take over 1,000 years to biodegrade. It's pretty shocking when you look at it like that. So now we come to our beautiful alkaline ionized water. Just look at it. Just absolutely gorgeous. It's a 10 in pH. And the incredible thing about what this alkaline ionized water does is it helps to neutralize the acidity in the body. And that's what I'd like to show you next as part of this pH test. So here I have some ionized water. And now what I'm going to do is show you how it works. Your body's on the neutral side, you drink some ionized water and it helps neutralize it. You're a little bit acidic, look, wow. It helps neutralize the acidity in your body and bring your pH back to 7.36. Whoops, we've got a problem going on here, Houston. Look at this. Everybody thinks Perrier is good for them. Now the problem is, with these sports drinks, with the vitamin water, they're so acidic that I actually can't change them. It would actually take 32 bottles of the same size of ionized water for me to just neutralize it. Not to bring it to alkaline, just to neutralize it. Now, let's look at it from the other angle. Let's just say that you're being really good. You're eating live, raw, green, you're doing the good thing, and then you say, hey, I feel like some Sprite. Let me show you. Little drop of Sprite has turned your body acidic. And now your body has to work its way back. Now remember, when we're at this level down here, it takes 32 glasses to do that. So now you're really putting your body under stress. So that's the aspect of the alkalinity of how the ionized water helps the body to just bring itself back. But if you're drinking these highly acidic waters, it's making it a lot more difficult for your body to achieve that. So now what we're going to talk about is the science. And what I have here is called an ORP meter, which stands for Oxidation Reduction Potential. And think about oxidation as rusting. So as we age, our body rusts. And how can we help our body to stop rusting? By taking antioxidants, which is the big buzzword these days, antioxidant for everything. Now, what this ORP measures is the antioxidant potential, or the non-antioxidant potential of any liquid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with some of our ionized water and measure the antioxidant potential, or the negative ORP. So what do we have here? We have minus 730 and rising. Now what I'm going to do is so this is great. This is high antioxidant. And in contrast, if I was to freshly squeeze orange juice, I'd be getting a negative ORP of about minus 200. So we've got almost 4 times the antioxidant potential without the sugar. And so now we're going to have a look at some other waters. We're going to have a look at some smart water. We'll start right there. Put my probe in the smart water, and we've got a reading of positive 150 and rising. That little negative sign has gone now. I'll just put it back in to show you again into the ionized water. See the little minus sign there? Put it back into my smart water, and the minus sign is gone. So one is an antioxidant and one is an oxidant. Let's try another one. Let's get a bottle of Propel and just see what the Propel measures. Okay, let's have a look at the meter now. Whoa, positive 380 and rising. So what would you rather, to rust or to anti-rust? Here we go, back into the negative water. So imagine how it can really help the body to just fight against any free radicals and help the body to cleanse and detoxify. At the same time, fight against free radical damage. For any of you who still use tap water to cook your vegetables or make soups or do anything like that, or even just rinsing your fruits and veggies, this is a demonstration especially for you. Here I have some tap water, and what I have are some chlorine drops, and I'm going to put them in my tap water to show you just how much chlorine is in tap water. And in fact, in the area where I live, we not only have chlorine, we actually have chloramines, which is a combination of chlorine and ammonia. So now we see the water is starting to turn bright yellow. Ionized alkaline ionized water is also cleaned of impurities. And so what I'm going to demonstrate here is how it removes chlorine and chloramines from the water. So I'm going to take my chlorine drops and put some drops into the ionized water, and you'll see that they don't change colour because those impurities have already been removed. Here I've got some chopped up onions, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop them into my yellow water, a little bit more, stir it all around. Imagine that's your dinner cooking. Oh, and look at that. What happened to my yellow water? Well, you can see the onions have absorbed the chlorine. So when you cook your vegetables in tap water, you're absorbing all the chloramines, all the chlorine, all the everything, all the badness is going into your fruits and veggies, and then you're going to eat them. Not such a good idea, is it? So what I have here is I've been soaking some non-organic tomatoes for the last half an hour in these 2 containers, and one of the benefits to the ionized water is it actually pulls things out. In this instance, with vegetables or tomatoes, I've had them soaking in the ionized water, and you can see the difference. See the difference with the water? This has pulled out the herbicides and pesticides and any toxicity that was in the tomatoes to start with, so it makes it a lot nicer to taste and a lot healthier for you. So it's not just about cooking here, it's about when you come home and you've got your fruits and veggies, what do? Do you rinse them under your tap? I know I don't. What I do is I get a great big bowl with my ionized water and I do what I showed you here with my tomatoes. But if you are using tap water, not only is it bad for you whether you're cooking with it or cleaning or soaking or anything with your fruits and veggies, it's toxic and it's not a good idea. So now we're going to talk about the benefits of ionized water and detoxification, which is a really big issue these days. Stored deposits of acid in the body can be stored as fat. The body holds on to these toxins. And what I have here is some sesame oil, which I'm going to put in each of my glasses. And I'm going to put some tap water on one side and ionized water with the other. Now everybody knows what happens with oil and water. Oil and water always separate from one another, and you can actually see that in this glass here. The oil and the water have remained separated from one another, whereas the ionized water has actually emulsified the oil. And this is how it works in the body to actually help with the detoxification process, with cleaning out the body of toxins. Isn't that amazing? I never would have thought that I would see something possible as oil actually becoming emulsified in water. So just to summarize, the really amazing thing about ionized water is not only does it help to alkalinize you and hydrate you, this detoxification aspect is huge, because there are many people, they really don't want to do cleanses or they don't have time. And just simply by drinking the water, the body is going to be aided in the detoxification process. It's going to help the body to flush out those stored toxins.